video on how to simplify radicals. So this one is the mastery level, so it's a little bit more involved. One of the things I would like to notice here is that between this 3i and this radical, that operation there is multiplication. And so I'm going to start by just writing 3i, and even though this symbol is not necessary, in my mind it helps me to separate those out. So I'm going to 3i times the square root of negative 32 x cubed y to the fourth. And then I'm going to break that 32 down to using the prime factor. So I'm going to say 32 goes in, 2 goes into 32 16 times, 2 into 16, 8, 2 into 8, 4, 2 into 4, 2, and 2 is prime, goes into itself one time. When you get to 1, you're done. So I can rewrite this as the square root of 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I'm going to write this as 2 squared times 2 squared times 2. That's 5 2s. Why did I write it like that? Because the opposite of squaring a number is taking the square root. And so if I have 2 squared and I'm taking this, it's inside the square root, they're going to cancel each other out, leaving just a 2. So I can write this as 2. Oh, let's finish writing this out. So the negative on the 32 is that's time negative 1. And then x squared, same thing, x cubed, that's going to be x squared times x times y to the fourth would be y squared times y squared. And so I'm going to highlight that this is coming out, this is coming out, this will come out as the I, the x squared comes out, this y squared will come out as a y, that y squared will come out as a y, and this 2 and this x will not. And so what do I get as a result? First of all, I still have that 3i there. So I'm going to put 3i times 2 times 2 times x times y, but there's 2 of them, 1, 2. So that's y squared, check, 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 y and y. And then that negative 1, the square root of negative 1 is I. So all of those came out as the result of what I had highlighted above. And this 2 and the x are going to stay underneath as the square root of 2x. Now this is all basically, I mean, that's the answer. It's simplified, but it's still not simplified. So I'm going to take the 3 times the 2 and the other 2. That's 4. 3 times 4, so that's 12. Check, check, check. X, y squared. But then I have here an I here, and I have another I there, and so those get multiplied together. That's I squared. So we remember that I squared is equal to negative 1. I will make that substitution here in just a moment. So I've got the square root of 2x. Now, I'm going to write another step here. 12 times x times y squared times negative 1 times the square root of 2x. Then I'm going to simplify that negative 1 out there, multiply that in there. I've got negative 12 x y squared square root of 2x. And so the fact that I started with this I out in front and that I brought an I out because of the negative, they ended up canceling each other, making a negative 1 and changing the sign of my final answer, which no longer is in the complex numbers. And that's how you do it.